So today's challenge was Garad Krovi with the Inex Shadow Claws only. If you don't know what the Inex Shadow Claws are, they're basically dual-wield crossbows that are absolutely horrible. When Pack-a-Punch, they get the ballistic knife thing where they'll revive a teammate if you go down, and that's pretty much the only thing they're useful for. These things are absolutely horrible, and because I could not find a mod to get them yet again because they're a special weapon, I had to go on console and do it the old-fashioned way, just using an emulation and hoping to get it as early as possible. And of course, because this is my luck, I'm just going to get everything that isn't the literal worst guns on the entire map. You know, I'm just getting the Wonder Weapon, the Ray Gun Mark III, the Ray Gun, the Wonder Weapon again, and then eventually when the emulation runs out, I would pretty much just close my game to save my Gobblegum, reload into the game, and just redo the same thing over and over until I would eventually get the gun. Luckily for me, it only took 3 tries to finally actually get them, and I was only on round 2, and luckily for me, they're still a one-shot to the head on round 2. That won't really last long though, but immediately after that, I started running for the shield parts and to get power on, and I did have to look up a guide for Pack-a-Punch and the shield parts because I have not played Garad Krovi in I couldn't even tell you how long, so I knew where literally nothing was. Only thing I knew where it was Jug. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't even remember where any of the other perks were, but I knew where the shield was now because of that guide, and so I started getting the Pack-a-Punch things going, the little things that you put inside this thing, I don't remember what they're called, and that is when I had the sudden realization that this gun is even worse than I thought it was, because I was running completely out of ammo trying to protect the first thing on round 7, and so I failed trying to protect it because I literally ran completely out of ammo and had no way of killing the zombies that were attacking it. But this is Black Ops 3, so all I needed to do was hit the Gobblegum machine until I got an alchemical, and then knife a zombie once to get points that would give me ammo, and then just start killing and have ammo again. But as soon as I used the Gobblegum, I got trapped right here before I had any ammo and took my first down. And while usually if I take it down on round 7 in pretty much any challenge, I'll just restart, this one I really didn't want to because I had just done those restarts to actually get the gun, and I really didn't want to just do that again. So I didn't restart the game, and I just kept going after this down and was just hoping to get more ammo because I actually did not realize this gun was this bad. I remembered it being bad, but I did not remember it being running out of ammo on round 7 levels of bad. After recovering from that down, I actually just went and got the last shield part and built it because I was pretty sure this is the only way I would actually be able to get Pack-a-Punch open was by using a shield to bash the zombies or use its like shooting attack. For anyone that's going to say that's cheating, I honestly am not sure if I would have been able to open Pack-a-Punch at all without using the shield, so I do not care. These like crossbows were actually just too bad to be using to actually even protect these things. I was just going to fail them every time, or just run completely out of ammo on these low rounds trying to actually get the pieces to ride the dragon to Pack-a-Punch or whatever. I did that exact same thing for the next 2 protections, just using the crossbows when I could, but when they would get bunched up, I would immediately just switch to the shield and do the blast attack on them because these crossbows were not killing them at all once there was more than like 2 or 3 on the actual thing. So yeah, I was pretty much just not going to be able to get Pack-a-Punch if I didn't use the shield. After that, I got one of the drone rounds, which are the max ammo rounds on this map, and the crossbows ended up running completely out of ammo during the drone round. I didn't even get all the way through it. So when there was one left and I had no ammo, I had to literally sit there for like, I don't know, a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes just knifing it because I did not realize these things had so much health. But yeah, it took forever to actually kill this thing with just a knife, but eventually I did and got my max ammo, so I decided to just hold off on pack punching until I actually ran out because I figured savoring all the ammo I possibly could would be necessary with these things. And so I spent the next round just training around in this area because it's pretty much the only training spot that I actually know on this map, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the better areas. So I pretty much just walked around in here using these things, and yeah, these things are absolutely horrible. They can't hit multiple zombies at once. They only have 6 in each, so you pretty much just spam them and are just reloading constantly, and they really don't do much damage either. It's literally horrible. They run out of ammo so insanely quick. And I mean, yeah, I would honestly say this thing is probably on the same level as SMR. I don't know if it's as bad as the EM1 from Advanced Warfare, but like, I would understand if you thought it was, because these things are also insanely trash. And then I went and bought Stamina Up as my third perk just because I thought it would be nice to have because I'm doing a training strat, so why not get it? And then I went and pack punched these things. You can't double pack punch them. I probably wasn't going to anyway, but I just wanted to see if I could. And then I went back to the actual map and bought double tap just because I wasn't sure if it did anything with these guns. But on the off chance that it did, I wanted to make sure that I had it because these things were insanely weak. And then let me tell you, when I went back to training and shot these and saw they were explosive, I got so insanely hyped, and then it only took a couple shots to realize that the explosive doesn't have any splash damage. So the little explosion effect they have actually means nothing because the explosion doesn't do any extra damage. So you can't hit multiple zombies with one arrow of these things. The explosion is just for visual effect, I guess, and they're still trash. Then on round 14, I was running literally completely out of ammo in the pack-a-punched version of these things, and so I decided to just hopefully save my alchemical and use one shield blast on like the last 4 zombies of the round and hope it gives me max ammo, and it gave me a carpenter. Like, I would have preferred no drop to a carpenter. At the start of the next round, I obviously had to just use my alchemical and get ammo because I was running completely out. If you don't know what alchemical is and you haven't played BO3, literally every 10 points you get gives you a bullet in your gun, so I pretty much just spam them on this. They're still not really good enough for me to just sit in a corner and spam them, but I kind of just run around here spamming them at everything I can, just getting as many kills as like I can while I basically have infinite ammo. And so yeah, that's pretty much all I was doing, was just running around in here shooting these things and worrying about my ammo now because I'm running out in literally the teens. At round 16, the drones started spawning in the middle of the rounds, which are really annoying because they can block off your path and they'll just electrocute you every now and then. And then on an even worse note, I took my second down of the game on round 16 due to just me getting trapped in these crossbows, obviously not getting me out of a like tight area like that. So I pretty much just ran straight out of the bunker area, got jug, and then went to spawn, got quick revive, and then just went straight back here and got to the end of the round and then got the rest of the perks back at the end of the round. Round 18 ended up being a drone round that I nearly had to use an alchemical on because these things were just that weak against zombies, drones, and literally everything. The only thing they seemed decent at killing was a mangler. I killed one of them a little earlier, and I think it only took like 5 or 6 shots from it. So yeah, they pretty much only seemed decent against the manglers. Everything else, they were just horrible. Just a little later, these things were pretty much out of ammo at the very end of round 20, but I got an insta-kill at the very end of it, so I decided to not pop the alchem until the start of 21, and at this point I was getting like manglers mid-round, like usually multiple of them, plus the drones, so it was actually just really annoying to train down here in this smaller area. I assume when most people do this, they probably actually, have the wonder weapons and good stuff, not these absolutely garbage crossbows. But at least on an insta-kill and an alchem, I can spam these things pretty well just standing in a corner. But as soon as both those end, it's back to just training around shooting the zombies with Nerf darts. And the most annoying thing about those drones is that they will like stun you whenever they hit you, and it almost got me killed here. Luckily, the crossbows are actually able to get me out of that little corner. Probably the first time in zombies history that these things have actually gotten someone out of a corner, but I mean, I'll take it. And of course, about 20 seconds later, these things ran completely out of ammo, so I had to use yet another alchem and start spamming for more ammo, because I think this was maybe like the 5th or 6th times they had run out, and it's round 22. So to say these things are trash would be quite the understatement. 25 ended up being a drone round that I did not run out of ammo on, thank God, because I actually didn't have an alchem, and I kind of lost track of my gum cycle, so it would have been really bad if I ran out. And then I got a max ammo in the middle of round 26. So surely with me starting round 26 with max ammo, getting a max ammo in the middle of the round, I definitely won't run out of ammo while I don't have an alchemical, right? No. I still ran completely out of ammo in the middle of round 26, despite literally starting the round with max ammo and then getting one in the middle of the round. These things are actually horrible. And after spinning the Gobblegum machine 3 times and only getting an immolation, the only thing I could really do was trade my crossbows for a wall gun and then go to do box trades for them. Luckily I had that immolation, so the box was going to stay in this at least semi-decent spot, but this spot can get hit by the fire, and it did 2 different times, meaning I had to pull out the shield and like tactically get rid of it every time I needed to hit the box or pick up a gun. So it went pretty bad, and I did all of that to not even get the crossbows back on this immolation. This game actually hates me. Luckily, after going to the box's actual spot after my fire sale ended, I got the crossbows back pretty fast. I think it was like maybe 3 or 4 hits, so I can now just go back to actually using them, and I pretty much just used a little bit of the unpack punched ammo until this round was like nearly over, and then just went and pack punched them just because I didn't want to try and maximize the ammo completely because I honestly did not care because I knew this was the last horde of the round anyway. But now I'm on round 27 with a freshly pack punched crossbow, and things almost go completely wrong just about 10 seconds into the round with me getting stuck. Luckily, I actually had an Inuit here, so I was able to save myself, and then I just immediately ran back, and things went completely wrong immediately again with me getting absolutely pummeled by the drones and stunned so insanely badly that I could not see anything and going down. I got up, got Jug, went down to the bunker, accidentally used my second gobblegum, so decided to just get my my other perks back, go back down here and just start playing, and things almost go completely wrong again, basically immediately, with me having to open this door to save myself, and I'm pretty sure that messes up the training spot pretty badly. Like I said earlier, I don't know much about this map, but from any time I've seen someone play this map, they always had that door closed, and I just got forced to open it because I got thrown into it by a mangler. And now with it being round 28 and me having no quick revives left, the game seemed pretty chalked and I wasn't going to get to 30, and then I got double blasted by manglers to die in round 28, and I was not about to do this again. Whether it was the restarts to actually get the gun or these things being absolutely garbage and running out of ammo, way too many times this game, I was absolutely done with it. Do not use these guns. If you do, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, but you are. These things are absolutely trash and are probably in the top 5 worst guns I've ever used for a challenge. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.